Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, guys. And today, very random conversation, but absolutely necessary, because today I'm going to be talking to my friend and sister, and I have guests here. I'm not alone, so let me introduce you to my guest. Hello.
Hi.
See Derayo.
Derayo, say hi. Hi, say hi.
Aha, it's okay.
She has said hi.
Yes. So, sorry, I used my hand to cover it. So, Damilola and Derayo are my guests today on the YouTube channel, and basically I just stopped by to say hello to them, and I thought it was necessary for us to have a conversation about having children. And this is not going to be an in-depth conversation, but a conversation about something I posted earlier a few weeks ago, and was about tear. Yes. And I remember how, I remember how many replies I got. Well, the conversation is not going to be all about what's it called, vaginal tears, as the case may be, but just holistically about having children. So Deraya is how many weeks old now?
6 weeks.
Yay! Deraya is growing.
Yay!
So Deraya is 6 weeks old, and what do you think has been the most significant change with Derayo from Debari? So Damilola has a 2-year-old, like people say 24, 23, 26, 27-month-old, and he's a boy. And now she has a 6-week-old that is a girl. So what has been the one of the most significant changes in having both a boy and then a girl?
Okay, for Debari, I would say that yes, there were so many things that were new to me because I've never had children before, a child before. But the truth is, for Derayo, there are even newer things.
Oh wow. Such as
sleepless nights. For Debari was a bit calmer.
Okay.
It didn't give me so much issues like newborn issues that it will keep you awake. But for Derayo, oh my god, Derayo is a diva.
Oh,
She's a true diva. She wants to be held all night into the morning. So she sleeps during the day on her own, but it's like clockwork. Once it's night, Derayo wants to be held. So myself, Hannah, Dad, we find ourselves always what's that word called now? Alternating. So it will give me an hour to sleep, I'll give him an hour to sleep.
Oh wow.
And then we'll carry her, because immediately you carry Debaro, you put Derayo down, she wakes up and she starts to wail. It's not like she's crying, she wails. Like, so we have to keep carrying her, and then she now wants to be put on the chest, like, so she wants to sleep like this on your chest through the night. So we find ourselves doing that. I mean, we've been doing that for pretty much the past 6 weeks. Oh, wow. And I know that people say that that if you carry them too much, they'll get spoiled and all of that. But I think that I feel like newborns need to be held. They're newborns. I mean, all she wants now is to be cared for, is to be loved. As time goes on, like myself and Sheol agreed, we will now start all the weaning and all of that. But for now, we just want to love up on her.
6 weeks.
But that's one of the significant. Yeah, sleepless nights is very. We didn't experience that so much with Debari. And then another thing that was significant for me was a 6 weeks immunization. Debari was really strong, so I didn't get that fever, crankiness when he did his 6 weeks. We got it with Derayo. Oh my goodness! From the minute we stepped out of the hospital, wow, and the next 2 days after, she was cranky. She didn't want to be put down. She didn't want to, when you carry her, and then because they gave her immunizations on her legs, not on her hands.
I didn't know that, she couldn't get it. Was Damilola just telling me?
So it's on the legs now that they are younger. It's later as they get older that they now start getting on their hands. So she got it on her legs. So that leg, we couldn't even carry her like this. So we had to carry her like this.
Oh wow.
Because when you carry her, and then she will cry because of the pain, but then when you want to put her down, she will cry again. So we experienced that, and it was new to us. I remember that there was a time I was frustrated. I'm not even going to lie to you. I didn't care when they say, oh, mothers, and all the euphoria of being I felt like there was a time I wanted to run away. I told Sheol one morning that, Sheol, I just want to run and just leave you people and just go, because you know I was experiencing that. I was also healing at the same time. So at some point it was almost driving me crazy, because I had a tear. That tear conversation, I did have a tear. And yeah, it's still healing, by the way, guys. Wow. I don't know, that whole 6 weeks thing, it's not working for me. Me, I'm still healing as I am like this, to be honest. So yeah.
Wow. Okay, so one other thing that, you know, is very, very, very strong in my heart is the fact that you are resuming back. You're going back to work. And the Nigerian law says that, you know, maternity is 3 months unpaid, or I think there's a percentile, and now you will be resuming work soon. You had to get another nanny to help, and all of that structure of support, getting the nanny, going back to work. I know you had a lot of emotions with Debare. This is Derayo, completely different child, completely different script, completely different personality. How is that going? You know, what's going on in your head?
I didn't care. I must be honest with you. On one hand, you know how you wish, you know, where we post things on Instagram, we like, if someone should just give me $30 million and all of that. If I could find somebody to give me that amount now and I don't have to go to work, I would really take it. I mean, not because I don't love my job, I do, but like you said, Derayo is a completely different child, so there is a bit more. I'm a bit fearful. I don't want to leave her alone. I mean, because women, I found out that I mean, dynamic is different. Wiping her when you want to take her a white diaper is different, because even babies can get vaginal infection.
Oh wow.
Yes. So you have to wipe from front back, just the way we women wash, like, you know, they tell us. It's the same for babies. You cannot wipe her from her butt to her front. For Debare, I mean, he had a penis. I just wipe his butt, rinse his bum and everyone is okay. For Derayo, I'm so intentional with the way I wipe her.
I remember, you know, speaking of wipes, I remember that you even had to buy a different...
Yes, water wipes. I had to buy water wipes, 99% water. I couldn't buy scented. I was advised not to buy scented wipes and all that, because I mean, she could get infected. She could. I didn't know what all the scented wipes. I don't know what it contains, because she's a child. She's a girl child, and I'm just like, oh my God, the rules say this ceremony. I'm sorry, I'm speaking Yoruba, but it's so different for me. So I'm anxious to resume back to work. With Debare, I wasn't that anxious. I felt that everyone around me would be able to, as much as I didn't want to leave him as well, because of, you know, withdrawal syndrome, you want your baby around you. But for Derayo, I'm just thinking, maybe I'll start taking her to work for now with the nanny. I'll create a space for her where I can see her, I can know how she's being fed, how she's being changed. And then for them, you can't leave diaper for too long as well, because it's a whole different dynamic. So am I anxious? Yes, I am. Am I happy to go to work? Yes, I am, because I mean, I've been cooked up at home for the past 3 months, so I really want to go back to work, but at the same time, I don't want to leave her. So I'm thinking, so the dynamic is with the new nanny, like you know, I rightly told you, I got a new nanny. Maybe we'll take them to work together. I'll take them to work together, and then bring them home, and the way I can see her, I can express, I can feed her, because I'm exclusively breastfeeding. For now.
Yeah, how long do you hope to do that for?
I hope to do that for 6 months. It's not cast in stone for me. I'm not.
How long did you do that with Debare?
Debare. So for Debare, I exclusively breastfed for 4 months, because breast milk wasn't filling him up anymore. Okay. So at some point, I realized he will cry
always
so
cranky.
much, and I thought what was wrong. So we took him to the hospital, and they just told us categorically that it's not working. So we had to augment with
baby food
with formula. But for Derayo, for now, I mean, it's still filling her up. She's eating well. She's growing nicely. Hopefully, by God's grace, I can do 6 months.
You said something to me earlier that you noticed that she feeds more when she's bottle fed.
Yes, than when I put her to breast. Yes.
Oh wow.
So when I put her to breast, you know, people say, oh, you keep them there for 30 minutes to 1 hour to 1 hour 30 minutes. She doesn't want to stay. After a while, you just see that she has removed her mouth. Then maybe about 20 minutes after, she starts to cry because she's hungry. But when I bottle feed her, she eats about 90 ml at his sitting comfortably. So I found out that for Derayo, bottle feeding, she prefers bottle feeding to direct breast milk. So now what she does is, when she wants to soothe herself, she will be directly breastfed. If she wants to sleep, if she wants, she will be directly breastfed. But on a normal day, she would rather take bottle feeding.
So that's after you've expressed.
Yes, after I've expressed our bottle feeder. But for Debari, it was completely different. It will latch on and it will stay there for as long as, when it's full, it will take out his mouth.
Oh wow, interesting. Wow, woo, wow, woo, wow, woo. It plays out completely differently. I talked about support. So you mentioned nanny, having to get a different nanny.
Yeah.
And I think that the conversation also extends and expands to employers and how, if an employment space, has a crash, it makes it easy on the woman's mind. You don't have to start it again. Because you talked about the extra expense of getting a nanny, and I'm like, oh my God, children are expensive.
Yes, I agree. They are, because I had to get another nanny, not because we had all the money in the world to pay, but for convenience sake. Because I mean, Debare is resuming school, and we had a nanny that was working with him before, but now, I mean, I need somebody who will take care of the house, as well as also support with taking care of the children. So I had to get another nanny who would be what's that word now, dedicated to taking care of the children's needs, and then one who is in charge of just running and making sure that the house is in order. Also because we have a baby, we must make sure that clockwork, the house is clean, everywhere is tidy. Debara is growing as well. He can pick up stuff. So I mean, I had to get the extra help. I had to. As inconveniencing.
Are you going to have another child?
No, I don't want to. Please. I just want to use this opportunity to ask you people on Adenike's YouTube that if you've done what's that thing called now?
Family
planning. Please advise your sister. I need it. I have options, but I would like to hear from you, from her faithfuls. Which ones did you do? Which ones work for you? Which ones did not make you bloat? Which one did not make you bleed? Which one was not hormonal? Because that one is also now confusing me, because they're saying if you put implants, you can be fat, it can make you hormonal, you can bleed heavier. So that's another conversation we are having.
I was just going to say, it just never ends.
It never ends. Adenike, it's amazing. It never ends. Oh, by the way, I for Debare, because I breastfed for like 4 months exclusively, I didn't see my period, and I believed when they say, oh, breastfeeding helps and all that. However, I didn't care. As I'm speaking to you, I'm on my period.
What?
6 weeks after. And when I spoke to the doctors, they said yes, it happens to some women. I'm exclusively breastfeeding, by the way, guys, exclusively breastfeeding.
Does it ever
but
end
my period
for
has
the
started, and it broke my heart, because I was hoping that I did not have to go through that stress
at least
for the next 6 months. Oh my God. But my period has started. Is heavy, it's like normal. I'm just like, oh wow,
there we are again.
Wow. Yeah, we have started this.
So does that mean another child can just keep it?
It can come, so we have to be careful.
Okay, so finally, let's just quickly touch on postpartum depression. The part where you said you were frustrated, I know you were not depressed, because we very loosely use that term. And I remember a psychologist say that the only person that can ascertain, no matter how much signs that you show, is usually a professional to say, yes, so I'm diagnosing you with so and so. But do you think that you showed signs of sadness over a period of time because you had just had a baby? I know we can only hope that it doesn't happen, because for some people it takes years after the child is born, weeks and months after the child is born. How exposed are you to the reality that postpartum depression is real?
Okay, that's an amazing question, because this second birthing experience and this whole phase that I've experienced for the past 6 weeks actually has made me realize that postpartum depression is very real. I think when I had Debari, the euphoria of having my first child, yes, I had issues, a lot of issues that we'll probably talk about another day, which you're aware of, and all of that. but I still wasn't in that place of depression. I still wasn't, because I was still glad that I had a child, my first one, albeit all of the issues that went wrong. But for this one, honestly, there were points when I felt that I could have been depressed. Yes, like you said that clinically I probably wasn't there, but to me I felt that, oh my God, this is how easy people can get into depression. Because I mean, I was healing, I had tears, I was healing, I was sleep deprived, like I said, because I didn't have all of those issues with Debari. I was sleep deprived. I remember on a couple of occasions I snapped at my husband. Oh my God. And on a couple of occasions I actually wanted to take the child and put her somewhere and run away. So yes, you can easily get into postpartum depression. You can easily. But what helped me is I had support. I had people I could talk to.
Okay.
Because I remember that I called you on a couple of times when I was in a bad place, that, oh, Adenike, I'm so stressed. You know, I had people I could talk to. I have a very supportive husband.
Shout out to Sheon.
Oh my God, Sheon is amazing. I'm sure
it's
that
okay. Continue. Time video is long.
So I had support from my husband. I had my friends, family who I could talk to, and then I was honest with my husband about where I was at. Because you know, sometimes we feel guilty about, why would I feel like this? I just had a child. God has blessed me with this child, and I shouldn't feel like that. But the truth is, you are healing as well. You carried a child for 9 months. You had that whole birthing experience, whether it was CS, whether it was natural, whatever the case may be.
It means vaginal. Let's
or
educate her.
Vaginal birthing. I mean, you went through that process, so there's a tendency for you to be sad. You go through all sorts of emotions. There were days when I was sad. There were days when I was really happy that I had her. There were days when I looked at her and I just felt, oh my God, this is another old human being I have to cater to again. You know, and then she's going to grow and start telling me this and start doing. I mean, she already has her own opinion, even as small as she is. She wants to be carried. She doesn't want to be put down. She wants to be. So I mean, yes, postpartum depression is real. I didn't get there, but there were days when
hoping that
I'm hoping that I don't get there, because you know, like she said, sometimes it's even after you'll experience that.
We're here for you, Damilola. We're here for you, and I'm really hoping that we've been able to educate one extra person. It's just basically chatting about birthing, and because I came to see Princess Derayo.
Oh, Adenike, I wanted to mention also that your what's that word? Your community matters.
Support.
So this is not me even trying to advertise, but Tito Idakula has a community that I was in, pregnant and free, from when I was pregnant, and after birthing, mom and free. So after birthing, you join the mom and free, and the mom and free, they've helped me. Random questions that I have about a girl child that I didn't know, I ask, guys, is she supposed to have discharges? Why is she having discharges? She's a baby. And then they say, oh yes, discharges, this is how you do, this is what you do. I'm like, oh my God. It was even there that I found out that she can actually she can bleed as well. She can have blood come out of her vagina. And you know, so community is important. Just saying, guys. So be surrounded by a good community. You can join Pregnant and Free if you're pregnant. You can join Mom and Free if you are a new mom. It's going to help. Just saying, yeah.
Thank you very much, Damilola, for coming on the YouTube channel. Longest video so far, but it's been worth it, because Princess Derayo is somewhere and her daddy is wondering, sharing the water for child me. Thank you guys for your likes, your comments, subscribe, share, and like Dami said, sometime soon we're going to talk again about it. I'm so sorry, Derayo is crying. Mommy, carry your load. Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye.